Thanks, Travis. We are going up close at 4 o'clock on education in Oklahoma. From a teacher shortage to charter schools to new standards for subjects like history, a lot of attention is being focused on grades K through 12. Superintendent Ryan Walters has made a lot of changes since he was elected in 2022. He was here today and sat down with News on 6's Tatum Gwynn.
Thank you so much for taking time for us this afternoon.
No, thank you for having me here.
So we'll start here. The big education news of the week, Epic Charter Schools has announced a big restructuring. More than 300 staff, administrators, teachers, all laid off. Do you feel that this raises concerns about the charter school system?
No, it doesn't concern me because, you know, what you see here is we're going to be a school choice state, which means that parents get to choose where their kids go to school. So when parents choose a charter school like Epic grew. They hired more folks, they hired more teachers. Well, when parents have also said, well, you know, actually, a lot of parents have chosen to put their kids back in Tulsa Public Schools, for example, because of the improvements there. Well, now they are laying off some of those folks that, frankly, may go get a job at Tulsa Public Schools now, may go get a job at the other schools that parents are choosing to send their kids. So this is part of the free market at work, where parents are going to choose where their kids go to school. And again, I want to see schools not only competing for the kids and the parents to come there, they need to be competing for these teachers. So when you've got great teachers, I want to see districts going out saying, hey, we want you to come here because we want the best teachers in front of our kids. So that's what will happen here.
Legislative session just ended. What do you think are some wins for the Department of Education there?
Huge win with our history standards. You know, now Oklahoma, we have the best history standards in the country. These history standards will make sure that your kids understand what makes America exceptional. We put the Bible back in the standards so kids can understand the role that Judeo-Christian values played in American history, specifically the Bible. We also made sure that kids understand American exceptionalism by doing a deep dive into our founding fathers, into documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, things that every kid should learn and understand. That's all there. It's incredible. I think every state you're going to see across the country is going to be looking at these standards in the future to start emulating those things. So Oklahoma is going to be a leader, and I can tell the parents out there that your kids are going to understand more about American history, American exceptionalism than any other kids in the country, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that our kids are going to get that kind of education, and I'm very proud for the future of our country because we've got to turn this around where kids understand what made America great. They understand the values America was founded on for us to continue to be a great country. So I am incredibly excited about that.
Well, on the other hand, there are a group of parents that have raised concerns about those new standards. What would you say to them to maybe calm some of those critiques, or
Sure.
They're worried about it? We're working the Bible into all the Oklahoma classrooms. What do you say to those parents that feel like that's introducing religion to them when they feel like that should only be their job? It shouldn't be in the public school.
Sure. So I would say a few things. First of all, yeah, we're going to have the Bible back in every classroom this fall. We're very excited about that. We need to do that. We need to make sure that our kids understand the role the Bible played in American history. It's the most read book in American history. It's the most cited book in American history. Don't know how you understand America. I don't know how you understand anything about our society, our government, or anything else if you don't have an understanding of the Bible and the role the Bible played. But secondly, to the question that you asked me, the reality is it's really unfortunate that you have some left-wing activists that say, I want to block and censor history. I don't want my kids to know that the Pilgrims came over here in part because of their religious beliefs. I don't want our kids to know that Thomas Jefferson believed our rights came from our Creator. I don't want our kids to know that the Great Awakening played a dramatic role in American history because the people of the time believed that rights came from God, that they answered to God, so the government should give them individual rights. That's history. So whether you like it or not, whether you're a Christian or not, whatever your faith may be, that's American history. Our kids need to understand American history so that we can continue to be this great country.
Give me a 30,000-foot view of education in Oklahoma and where we're headed. Do you use TPS as an example of that?
I do. I mean, I say it here, I say it nationally. I think that TPS is an example of what our schools should be doing. I watched Dr. Ebony Johnson and her team come in and say, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at every practice that's going on in this district. If it doesn't work and there's not ROI on it, we're killing it. We're going to do a different program. I'm going to change the professional development and training for every teacher. I want to make sure every single teacher knows how to teach the standards in their classroom. I'm going to make sure that every student that's fallen behind has tutoring, and we measure the success of the tutoring, and we pay the tutors more. I'm going to make sure that our best teachers are in the classroom helping other teachers as well. They were the first to launch Teacher Empowerment Program. So what you've seen here is those are some of the building blocks that create a district that's going to be brought unprecedented transparency to TPS. Her predecessor, zero transparency. We're finding out more and more still all the financial issues, all the academic issues that occurred there. Dr. Johnson's brought all this to the forefront, very open and very transparent about it. And again, you see parents that are able to speak into the school system, that are being heard, that when there's an issue, it's being addressed. And it's being addressed in a very transparent way. So yes, I believe TPS is a model both for our state, and I always push that around the state to say, we held a big conference last summer. She was our keynote. I wanted her to be the one speaking to all the superintendents saying, I want you to hear the story of what she's accomplished here in Tulsa. And again, I think it's a national story. I believe that the folks around the country should be looking at what TPS is doing. And listen, we've got to keep improving. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's exactly where it needs to be. We've got to keep improving. But what we are seeing is a dramatic shift in culture. We're seeing dramatic shift in test scores. We're seeing improvement. And I think that with more time, you're going to continue to see that.
Well, Mr. Walters, we appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.